Well, today's Tuesday, it's the 1st of November, and Steve and Anita are on their holidays. We've actually come all the way to the other side of the island. A few weeks ago we came over to Cala Millor, and the heavens opened upon us. It poured down, we had thunderbolts and lightning, and it was very, very frightening for a while. Anyway, we said at the time that we would come back, and so we have, and we're going to stay here for a couple of days so we can get the bit of the feel of it. So it's Tuesday afternoon at the moment, and we've just settled into our hotel. More on the hotel later, but we just come down to the seafront just to see exactly where we are. So I don't think really when I booked it I really knew where we were going. Anyway,
very nice hotel.
It's a nice hotel, and it's only a short walk to the beach. Plenty of parking for us, so we'll be out and about in the immediate area, just looking for places to go, looking for markets in particular. Always find those interesting, and other interesting places. But the beach is still quite busy. It's quite late in the afternoon now. The sun's settling down, but there are quite a few people on the beach, and quite a few in the sea actually. I'm guessing there's a lot of people who watch these videos who know the area far better than we do. And we're obviously near the end of the sandy beach here where we're staying, and there looks to be a nice walk over there in the distance. Right in front of us there's quite a lot of people in the sea enjoying the waters there, and then as we look down the beach, it's a long sweeping sandy beach that goes on and on and on into the distance, and still reasonably busy. When we asked in the hotel how long they were staying open, she told us it was open until the 13th of November. But I think some of the hotels here have already closed down. But the temperature's really nice. As we left home it was about 27 degrees. If it stayed like that we'll be really doing well. But there's a few clouds in the sky, and the weather forecast is, well, it's still good, but perhaps the temperatures are going to go down over the next day or two. But I don't think we'll mind that, because we're not sunbathers, we're more people who want to go for a little walk and explore the new places. So we're just going to take a little walk this evening. We decided to eat at the hotel this evening, and so we'll be dining there, and then I think we'll have breakfast at the hotel, and then other meals we'll be looking for interesting places to go to. Some nice waves on the sea here. Not the sort of thing we're normally used to. It's normally in the areas we go to around Palma and Majorca, it's a little bit calmer, but I do like the sound of waves crashing against the beach. And certainly as a child I used to love splashing in the waves, so my sort of thing this is. I don't see any flags flying, so I'm guessing the lifeguard's taking a break. Maybe it's outside his normal hours. It is the 1st of November though, and that's when I suppose the winter season, if you like, starts. A really nice promenade, beautiful green area all the way to the left. It's nice and flat, just how we like it. looking across the road at the bars and shops. Seem to be mostly closed up now. I suppose that's what I was expecting. There's a shop open there for Anita.
We'll have a look in there.
Oh, too far to walk over there, dear. Quite nice when we got to the hotel while we were doing the check-in. A gentleman came up and asked us if we'd like a box fizz. So we started it really well. A little champagne and orange juice.
This hotel seems to be closed, doesn't it?
That hotel looks closed, doesn't it? Got the tape around. We don't expect to stay in Cala Millor while we're here. We expect to get out and about and going to the local villages. So I guess this evening it's a little bit of research time. I've sent Anita a document to have a look at to see are places that I've spotted, and we'll just pick them out. Ones that we both fancy doing. Been a busy day already for us though. We went up to Calvia this morning to the cemetery there. Today is All Saints Day. Have I got it right there? Is that what it is? It's the day that the Spanish people go to pay their respects to the dead. So the cemeteries are really busy today. But I think one thing they've done this year is encourage people to spread their visits out by opening them up for longer hours and even encouraging people to come a day or two before to pay their respects and to leave the flowers. So when we went up to Calvia, it was not as busy as we've seen it on previous occasions. We had no problem parking. It was very quiet, very peaceful, and very beautiful walking around with all the flowers by the graves. Looks like the lifeguard here has a tree house. SOS, that's the emergency number here. No 999s for you, it's 112s. And the beach is looking a lot busier in front. Lots of people in the sea. Lots of people on the beach. But no, there's There's no beds out, are there? All the beds have been taken off the beach. And I can't see any sun umbrellas either. But just in front of us on the promenade are the beds, so they've obviously started to clear the beach away now and winterizing it. Closed down. You can still get your exercise on one of these quadricycles. Like quite a few people are just beginning to pack up. As you can see here, all the sunbeds must have been on the beach up until recently, and now they're waiting here to be taken away and stored, prepared, whatever needs to be done for the winter, over the winter time, to be brought out when the season restarts, probably around Easter time. Coming up on the left is a little exercise park, not for children. These toys are for adults here, and to encourage adults to do a little bit of physical exercise. Maybe. Probably cause myself an injury if I'd ever go at one of those. Anita looks at me in a strange way.
Wet here, being watered.
Yeah, I think it's when they water the grass, isn't it? That's what my guess is. There's a hotel there that's obviously still open. And several people have written comments saying, why on earth do they close down? It really does make you wonder. They couldn't actually attract people to come here in the winter time and offer something different. It doesn't always have to be lying on the beach and in the sun. Seen these shades in many parts. They're quite often areas where people can come with wheelchairs, and so they've got boards down, and it means that people with wheelchairs can actually come down to the beach as well. And quite often they've got assistants to get them into the sea so they can actually go in for a swim or float around. More and more beds here, so it's very recently it looks as though they've taken up the beds. I'm guessing that last weekend was the cut-off point, the end of last weekend in October, which has been the same in Palma, Magaluf in particular, and Santa Ponsa. And believe that Palma is going to stay open for another few weeks yet, so we'll have to get down to Palma and see what it's like there. It seems that the German market manages to extend their season a little bit, so it's mainly people coming from that part of the world. So if you need your fix of Mallorca, then maybe you can have a look at Palma. Or, of course, there's Palma city itself. 80% of the hotels are reported to be open during the winter time, so Palma could be a busy place in the winter time. There's always plenty going on. It's a city, there's lots of locals, lots of people who live there, and so Palma could well be the place for you. We'll certainly be going into Palma more over the next few weeks, especially as the Christmas lights get turned on in the second half of November. Actually, not starting to see more hotels open here, and consequently, if there's a hotel open, then businesses are going to be open as well. So there's a bar across the way there, Captain Hook. Capitan. So are we just walking to the headland? Just could be a long way that way. Maybe the first headland.
Maybe we need to find a bar.
I think actually when we came a few weeks ago, this is actually the only part of Cala Millor we did actually walk in.
Was it?
I seem to think so.
We must have eaten here as well.
We did, on the road that's parallel to this, which was a road that had all the shops in. We're going to avoid that road.
We're going to
Anita, no. And we actually had breakfast, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I did read in the in the paper, or maybe it was somewhere else, but I did read that there's actually some works going on in the town here. The town hall were apologising for the fact that they were going to be doing some of their winter renovations as of, well, I guess as of tomorrow. So we might see some works, maybe already started even. And the other thing we're seeing here, fishermen are out on the beach. People with their rods casting them away into the sea. Local spa shops open across the way. Oops, somebody's lost their top. How'd you do that?
This is a lot of beds out.
Oh yeah, we're getting to a part of the beach now where there are still some sun lounges and parasols. The girls set up a little shop, I think, there. Counting up their profits for the day.
Nice painted benches.
The sea does look quite rough. We do have some friends who live close to us who come over to this side of the island, particularly because of the waves here, and they like to surf. There are the beds. Still a few beds out, still a few parasols for the moment. And even a little beach volleyball.
And entertainment.
Some singers to sing you on the way while they're playing. Ice cream, is it, or frozen yogurt?
Nice promenade, isn't it?
It's really nice, level promenade, nice and clean, and yeah, I've got one or two restaurants and bars when you need them along the way. As we've walked up, we've seen actually some bits of the sand that have been washed away by water, usually from a storm. So I'm guessing that they have had a storm fairly recently on this side of the island that we've missed, and that's caused the beach to get washed away like that in some areas.
There's the price of the beds.
Yeah, there's been some signs, and I can see one here now. If you want 2 beds and a sunshade, it's 14 euros. 14 euros, 2 sunbeds and the sunshade. Guess that's for the day. And there's some sunshades down there, so all the beds are gradually going, and the sunshades are going to
bed.
Sorry?
Going to bed.
The beds and the sunshades, yeah. Rita's got her eye on a shop there. Look, I can see she's tempted to go across. There's an information board across there. Rafael Nadal on. This is his part of the world, of course, over on this side of the island. Big news is they've welcomed a little baby, and they're having a house built as well. I don't think Rafael Nadal would ever leave Mallorca. It's part of his blood, part of his makeup.
It's a house in Porto Cristo.
Sorry?
It's a house in Porto Cristo.
Is it? We'd have to look that one up. There's a few more shops and things here. Bars, restaurants open. Some lovely waves over there crashing onto the rocks. And there's a lovely view looking back over the bay where we've just walked from, more or less from one end to the other now. Still more. There are 1 or 2 boats actually in the distance. Quite a way out though, so difficult to see from here. It's a seat, is it? It's a work of art there. It's a bit rusty. Might be a rusty work of art. Another rusty work of art, another part on the same theme, made out of iron, allow it to go rusty. A window over to the sea.
There's an Indian here.
Indian Taj. That could be interesting. More on the same theme. There's the bed. You could sleep there for tonight. It doesn't look very comfy now. I think we might give that one a miss. It's a bit hard. Cala Millor, Dr. Rafael Nadal. It's really quite a nice bronze. So I think if you're looking for somewhere in Mallorca and you've not been to Cala Millor and you like a walk by the sea, then it actually is quite a perfect sort of place. I'm sure that you're going to get a sea breeze all around the year, all year round, so you get that cooling effect, and then as the sun goes down it really is quite pleasant. There's really a little breeze coming in off the sea there, we can feel. I'm sure if we were in the season, all of these bars and restaurants would be open, which at the moment are not. Not many of them. And here we've got the padlocks. People bring the padlocks, put them on there as a sign of their undying love. Is that what it is? I think we first saw them in Italy many years ago. Do you remember seeing lots of them when we first went to Italy?
I can't.
But you do see them quite a lot now here in Mallorca. And lots of benches as well, so places you can take a seat. And there's a lot of grass. Ooh, that's looks like one of your air plants gone wild and stuck in the ground. Yeah, lots of green grass that's really lush. That could be because they're watering it, but I think it's, I don't know, maybe they have had more rain over this side of the island than we have on the other side. There are lots of benches here so you can sit and just look out over the sea. It's a really clear day today, so it's a nice crisp horizon out there, and a couple of yachts in the distance. A little bit further, or have you had enough? Want to start heading back?
We start heading back.
Right, so I think we'll probably finish the video off here. I think we've probably been walking for nearly an hour now, so it's probably going to be at least an hour to get back. So I'm not going to video all the way back. If we stop and if we see something and it's interesting, then I will put the camera back on. But for the moment, that's it from our first day here in Cala Millor, first evening here. We've only just arrived. Thanks very much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. So bye for now.
Bye.
Bye. Well, it just so happened we found a place of interest, a bar, and Anita insisted we stopped and had a little light refreshment. So
Well,
cheers everyone.
Cheers.
Ah, nice and refreshing. The nice thing about the bar is it seems to be full of locals, and it's a pretty busy bar, and that's got to be a good sign.